Hello users, and I thought I would make a special video. I'm going to brush my hair on camera because I am garbage. And I just finished playing through all 8 games on the new Mega Man X Legacy Collection, so I figured I'd do a little bit of a mini review. Just because maybe some people will click on it and I'll get some hits. So I want people to hit me, you know, like, boom, that's what I want. So yeah, Mega Man X Legacy Collection. I'm just going to be short and sweet. I am a speedrunner. I speedrun. So I went into these ports with a speedrunner's perspective. And with that perspective, X1 is garbage. X2 is fucking garbage. And X3 is also garbage. The SNES games just emulate like shit. They run. First of all, I played on the PC Steam version. Very important. But they run like shit. They lag very randomly, and it's not like Super Nintendo slowdown lag, right? They lag in new places. So, for example, in X2, in places where the SNES version would lag, the Legacy X collection does not lag there. So, weird. But then it will lag in other parts of the game, and it's just like, it's bizarre, the way it lags. And then there's just the general slowdown. The general slowdowns, like just randomly, without any perceived rhyme or reason, the games will just slow down. Sometimes the frames will just like cut off and things look a little bit jumpy. And my least favorite part from a speedrunner's perspective is the loading times. So like here's the thing. It's a Super Nintendo game, right? Why aren't the loading times instant? It's a Super Nintendo fucking game. The loading times are actually longer for Mega Man X1 and 2 than they are on the Mega Man X collection on PS2. So you're telling me, like, a port that came out like nearly 15 years ago is somehow more competent and technologically advanced than something that comes out in 2018? I don't think so. There should be no lag, there should be no frame rate dropping, there should be nothing of that. And if you want to have like an emulated retro gamer experience, it should be an option. An option. I want to play the games with no lag. Let me have that option. So for now, I'm stuck with the PS2 port. There is no reason to play X1 or X2 on the PS2 port. And another thing that kind of pisses me off, that you can't choose the PS1 version of X3. They just didn't have that option. And you might be thinking, oh, well, most people would play the SNES version and, you know, whatever. Personally, I love the PS1 version of X3. It's my favorite port, and it's the best for speedrunning as well. But, like, I was like, whatever. But then when you get to, like, X7 and X8, you can play the fucking Italian version of Mega Man X8. So they went and bothered to put in the Italian version of Mega Man X8. But you're telling me that porting over Mega Man X3 was too much? Go fuck yourself, buddy. Not falling for it. Not falling for it. So yeah, that's dumb. Dumb as hell. But Mega Man X4, 5, and 6, the PS1 trilogy, they run really well. They run really well. I wrote up some notes here, and I'm going to bring those up. So X4 takes from the original PC port. Unfortunately, I don't have it because it's really expensive, but someday maybe. So there's a few changes. The main change, the biggest change I noticed was that the gun turrets on Storm Owl stage are physical objects, and you can't use the rider armor to go through them. That's the only difference I've noticed. The game plays wonderfully. It sounds gorgeous. It looks fantastic. No input delay. It's perfect as far as I'm concerned. It's fucking perfect. I had a blast playing X4, and it's not my favorite of the X series. And X5 and X6 are pretty much the same. X5 and X6 use the, like, older PC era sound effects and not the ones from the PlayStation version or the X Collection version. Yeah. So that's a little bit of a getting used to thing. I don't know why they didn't take the mainstream PS1 version sound effects. It's a little weird, but that's just the way they did it, I guess. But yeah, X5 and X6 have easy mode and extreme mode and slow mode intact. So that's cool. They removed slow mode from the PS2 X collection, so that's interesting to note that they did that. X5 and X6 also have all the glitches intact. So in Suizan glitch, guard shell, all that kind of stuff. All the glitches are in there, and that's good. I was really worried. X6, they re-recorded the song at the beginning, so you know how you get Moonlight in the beginning and then IDEA at the end of X6, because they didn't bother making an NTSC kind of like no copyright, like J-pop, J-rock kind of shit. So they did that. They got rid of those songs, unfortunately. I really wish they would have had the Japanese music. And if you choose the Japanese versions, the songs still aren't there because of the copyright, I guess. So that's unfortunate. Oh yeah, they changed the names in X5, so they got rid of the Guns N' Roses names. Personally, I don't like it. I like the Guns N' Roses names, and it's part of the NTSC version. If I wanted to play a game with Burn Diner Rex, I would play Rockman X5. They give me the option, so they give Mega or Rock. So if I wanted to play with Burn Diner Rex, I'd play Rockman. Maybe it's a copyright thing. Maybe they're kind of scared. Who knows? Yeah, X7. X7, most of my play on X7 was on the PS2 port. So the loading time on the PC version is like it blows my mind. Like it's probably along the lines. I don't have the original X7 PC. Well, I do have it, but it doesn't run. I can't figure out how to play the fucking thing because it's such garbage. The only way I figured out how to even get it to launch was to like run my computer, like restart it in Korean mode, and then like do a bunch of fiddling and then run it in a certain compatibility setting, and then I got it to run, but it would never display on my monitor, so I could hear the intro and everything, but I just couldn't actually play it. So that port is garbage. But this port, the one on X Legacy 2, is so good. It's so fucking good. And it looks fantastic. It runs at 60 FPS, no lag. You get the weapon switch. That's not in the original PC version. The original PC version got rid of the weapon switch quick swap. I know because I've seen people play the original PC version, so that's like one thing. So the PS2 version of X7 had the quick swap weapons, and then for the PC port, the original PC port, you'd have to go into the menu to change weapons. But with X Legacy, you get the benefits of the PC port where you have the faster everything, and you get the quick swap, so the faster gameplay too. So for speedrunning, awesome. And then you also get all the voices, because the original PC port was based in the Japanese version, so you couldn't get the epic meme voices like burn, burn, all that kind of stuff, and that's great. So I'm going to be playing a lot of X7 soon. Next month, I'm just going to go hard on X7. I'm going to play a fuckload of X7. In X8, I have some bad news about X8. They removed the zero fly glitch with the spinning attack. I don't know why. They didn't fix any other glitch in any other Mega Man X game. All the other glitches are intact, except that one. So I don't know. It's possible that maybe the source, they just had more capabilities to edit the source. It's possible, so they're like, oh, let's fix this. But it makes the speedrun just shit. You can't skip the auto-scroller, you can't do much of anything, so... the original X8 port is still the definitive version for speedrunning. But overall, I want to say the X Challenge mode, too, with the double bosses. Honestly, I like the idea, and they look cool, but, like, they last way too long, and they're just kind of boring for me. I didn't really like them too much. Whatever, it's not my thing. But yeah, overall, the ports are good. I like the collections. For the games I like PS1 stuff, so X5 and X6 are my favorites, X7 also being one of my favorites, and all of those versions are fucking magnificent. So yes, okay. But let me just give you a definitive version list for all 8 Mega Man X games. The Mega Man X collection on PS2 and GameCube is still going to be the definitive version of X1 and X2. The best versions of those games are still on Mega Man X collection for PS2 and GameCube. X3, if you like the SNES version, then I would just say the SNES version is better than this one. But my personal definitive version would be X3 PS1 for Japanese. And then X4, X5, or X4, I would say the definitive version is this one. If you don't like the new sound effect changes or whatever for X5, you might as well play the PS2X collection or the original PC port. Well, actually, they use the sound effects from the original PC port, but if you want to play the original X collection, there's not too much different. It's mostly the same, so it's kind of just whatever. I like the PC version because it's on PC and it's a little bit easier, so there's that. And the old PC port for X5 is really buggy, so hopefully the new PC port doesn't have those bugs. I only did one playthrough of each game so far today, so maybe later I would find those bugs again, but it's possible. But for now, it looks like it's bug-free. X6, I'm going to say, because they removed the music, which I really like for X6, I do want to say the PS2X collection is probably going to be the best version to play if you wanted to play the game. But for PC, I do think it's going to be the definitive speedrunning port. One thing to note also is in Metal Shark Player stage for X6, there was a glitch in the PS2X collection that made it so blocks were destroyed upon loading on the screen for the first half of Metal Shark Player stage. And on the PS1 and GameCube versions, that didn't happen. So the new X Legacy collection has the PS1 GameCube blocks and not the PS2 blocks. So that's another minor change. Well, not really a minor change, but like a revert. So that's cool. I plan on doing more X6 stuff. I want to do a 100% run just to make sure that everything is good. But I haven't done it. I just did all stages. X7 definitive version, X Legacy, 100%. No doubt. X Legacy. Easiest, the best, everything is intact. It's flawless, okay? X8, the definitive version, I'm going to say is the original PC port, just because of the zero flag glitch. If you're not a glitcher or a speedrunner, and that doesn't affect it for you, then I guess X Legacy would be the best, but they're mostly identical. The original PC port has a little bit of a sound issue, so it's a little weird with the sound, but gameplay-wise, I think the original PC port for X8 is going to be the definitive version for me. So if I touch these collections again, which I will, it will be for X4, X5, X6, and X7, most likely. X1 and X2 will be on the PS2, X3 will be on the PS1, and X8 will be the original PC port. That's going to just be how that's going to go. But overall, I like them, and I'm glad that X6, my favorite game, wasn't fucked up. I was really worried because when I started X1 and it started fucking up and it was garbage, I was really worried. But X6 is good, X7 is fantastic, and X6 and X7 were the ones I was looking forward to the most. So overall, great collection. A little expensive when you factor in that X1, 2, and 3 are basically unplayable, but whatever. I like it. I'm going to be playing them in the future, and hopefully you like my little review. And so there's a lot more stuff I could talk about, but there's not really much relevant. I just wanted to talk about it from a speedrunner's perspective. So that's all I've got, and thank you for watching.